Hey everyone, Xbox Game Pass is getting an upgrade. We've listened to your feedback, and now you have even more freedom to choose how you play the games you want. Xbox Game Pass has a plan that's right for you, because this is how we play now.
I've never really had a preference for a particular console, really. I mean, for most of my life, I've pretty much been a Nintendo person. Not because I chose to, it's just because it was the most accessible, since I don't want to pay like $300 for a PS4, I think, maybe 400, I don't remember the prices. Because like back then, like I got my 3DS for only 150. That was a steal. I mean, the 3DS is like the best handheld ever. 150 for the 3DS, and it came with New Super Mario Bros. 2. What a steal! It was fire. But over time, I've just kind of fallen out with games in general. Not because I hate them, it's because they're just not interesting to me. They all feel the same. They just don't feel any different from like another game. And we're all just releasing the same games over and over and over again until we hit the crack to like break out into the mainstream media, because it feels like most of the times we're always just trying to just catch that bag. And right now the gaming industry has been falling to that so much with how many stupid decisions and stupidity that these gaming companies have been trying to catch that bag out of the current events of gamers. You have Microsoft over here being freaking all like, we listen to your feedback. We're gonna give you more games, more ways to play your games day one. By the way, increased price to $30. What? No, what is that? What kind of bag are you chasing with a price increase? Like, the future is so goofy whenever I think about what people think the future is gonna look like. Because when people tell me they think the future is gonna look something to Night City in Cyberpunk 2077, I'm just gonna be like, bro, that would literally be the worst thing ever. Imagine you're just casually walking and then you see some freaking night runner just like looking at you, and then your brain goes, God. I already know in the future they're already planning some sort of battle pass where you have to play the PlayStation for the amount of, you get XP, and I can't take the stupid joke seriously, dude. In the future, they're gonna release some sort of battle pass on these consoles to freaking, you have to play on it, and you get exclusive games on it, and you can't buy it, you have to buy the battle pass to get the games. It's gonna be so goofy. Obviously, that's probably not gonna happen, but aside from that, it's just like, what's with this price increase? There's just no reason for this price increase when they're trying to be like this. We listen to our gamers, we listen to our fans, and we're doing it for you. No one likes a price increase. What? No one does. Earlier this year, we had that whole fiasco with price increase for the consoles with like the PS5, all consoles, Nintendo, freaking the Switch went from 300 to 350. No one's paying 350 for a Nintendo Switch in 2025. If people are still buying Nintendo Switches, the first version in 2025, just put the fries in the bag, bro. You're not good with your money. The Nintendo Switch 2 is right there. It's the next generation console. If you're really spending freaking $350 to get the Nintendo Switch 2 when you could just spend $450 or $500 to get the Nintendo Switch 2, we're already having some issues here, because it's like buying a PS4 rather than the PS5, with using the argument that, oh, the PS4 is cheaper. I don't need a PS5. Do you? Do you need a PS? Is the PS5 worth it for long term? For the future? For the next decade? I don't know. It's like buying a freaking, I don't know, a Nintendo DS in 2012. Like, brother, no one's buying DS games. We're out here buying 3DS games. What's going on? Like, these price increases to consoles are just making PC gamers feel more validated with their financial ways. Because, like, they spend thousands of dollars to min-max their freaking PCs just to play like the most bland looking games. they play freaking Toilet Simulator on their freaking PCs, their freaking high-end PCs, while we're over here spending $500 to $600, $700 on consoles to play freaking games like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like, come on, man. What is this? What is this terror? What's this trash? And it's even worse when you think about how these consoles just has nothing to give you for what you're paying for. Like, you buy a console and you're thinking, oh, I wonder what exclusives there are. I wonder what games that are exclusive to this platform are. And then you buy it and it's like, there's nothing. Only Nintendo has the upper hand in that department because that's the smart move. Like, back to Xbox, they've been all up with this whole marketing of, we don't care about our platform. We don't care about exclusives. We're giving all of our exclusives to our competitors so that we can promote a all gamers for gamers environment. Cool. Thanks, Xbox. Thanks, Microsoft. Yeah, that price increase to the Xbox, though, not looking good. I'm gonna buy a PS5. And guess what? Your games are also on PS5. So I don't need to worry. Let's go. Aw, shucks. I can't play Halo? Dang. Oh well. Like, while Halo is a good game, it is not enough to sell me on a single game. Like, for me personally, I bought a PS5 simply for Stellar Blade. I loved the initial freaking marketing for Stellar Blade. That it made me want to buy a PS5. And when I got a PS5, before Stellar Blade came out, it was cool. It was fine. And then when Stellar Blade came out, I beat that game, got all the endings, and felt like I got skipped. I got freaking scummed. I was like, bruh, no, dude, what? No. This game is too short to be $70, and the game that made me buy a PS5, man. That's not to say I regret having a PS5. It's more so I regret even picking Stellar Blade as the game to be freaking my main reason to buy a PS5, because I know I would have bought it earlier if I knew there was these other gooder games, longer games, that I could have played than freaking Stellar Blade. A game that freaking you could beat in like 5 hours. 5-hour completion is probably only for like if you're just speed running through the game, but still, it's still a short game. And I know I've been dogpiling Xbox because in general, Xbox has really been in the rough for multiple years. I mean, we had the whole debacle with the Xbox One when they initially had it so where you can't use used games, it wasn't backwards compatible, Xbox and X, garbage, and it had to be connected every 24 hours or whatever. And then they reversed it, but that whole fiasco kind of just put a sour taste in everyone's mouth with Xbox, to the point where no one, like, bro, freaking Wii U sales increased so much after the whole freaking fiasco with freaking Xbox One. The Wii U being the worst freaking console, besides the Virtual Boy, that Nintendo has released. But that's not to say that PlayStation hasn't done some goofy things as well, because they've also been doing some goofy things. Like, they haven't been doing as badly compared to Xbox and whatever they're doing. PlayStation has also just been doing the most goofiest stuff ever with the PlayStation brand. PlayStation is no-brainer to different versions of a PlayStation. You have the PS5, you have PlayStation Slim, PlayStation Mini, PlayStation, I don't know, PlayStation Pro, but overall, PlayStation Computer, portable. In general, PlayStation has always just kind of released different versions of their consoles, mostly for convenience, in case, like, oh, you want a freaking tinier PlayStation? Here, you have a tinier PlayStation. Now, it's just whether or not you want to see more leaves and trees, and it's so goofy. They charge you $700 to get a PlayStation 5 Pro when it's not even worth it for what you're getting. Game companies still use graphics as a way of marketing because they just believe that people care that much about certain things in graphics. Like, yes, people like when games look nice, look detailed. But I don't think people want to spend $700 to see Ellie's freaking pores on her face more clearly. You're barely even gonna see it up that close anyway. And PlayStation, just like with Xbox, has no exclusives. Like, they have a couple with like Astrobot, but a majority of like their bigger games, like Spider-Man, God of War, Stellar Blade, they've all went to freaking PC, and it's like, dude, man, what the freak? How, like, what are you trying to sell here with the PlayStation if your only exclusive is Astrobots? Like, Astrobot is a great game. It is a phenomenal game, but I don't think it's a console seller, especially when someone could literally just pirate freaking Astrobot. Like, there's just no reason to be buying consoles when you could just buy a PC and just emulate, pirate, whatever with these games. There's just no freaking point. The only point to buying consoles is just simply not to be spending thousands of dollars. That's the whole point. Consoles are just literally meant to be a convenience for people that can't be spending thousands of dollars for these big freaking machines that they can't fit on their desks or whatever. But it still feels dumb just buying consoles when you can't even use them in the future. Eventually, they'll just kill the freaking thing all entirely because they believe, oh, sorry, we're just not gonna pay for the servers anymore. Like, this is the quality that old consoles had. There was no connection. You didn't need internet to activate them. You didn't need certain things to play games. That's why so many people hate games where you need an internet connection to play them, because they're eventually gonna kill it. They're gonna kill the servers to even play that game offline by yourself, single player. It's stupid. With older consoles, you could bring out the N64 and just play to your heart's content with no such thing as like, oh, you need to update the game, you need to download the game, whatever. In the future, if people really believe that we're gonna be living in Night City, every console is probably gonna become virtual. It probably won't even look like a console. It probably just look like an orb. It probably just look like glasses that you freaking just look through the screen like, oh yeah, let's go. It's gonna be so easy to break them because someone could just punch them in the freaking glass and then, oh no, my console broke. Guess I gotta go buy a new one. So I've talked about Xbox. I've talked about PlayStation. What about Nintendo? What have they been doing? I wonder what bad things they've been doing. In general, they really haven't done too many bad things. Like, it's not to say that they haven't been doing bad things, with the whole lawsuits they keep throwing out with fan games, freaking PAL World situation going on, freaking the Switch 2, the whole thing of the Switch 2, and of course, the infamous Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo Switch Online, while the connection issues with that service is still garbage, paying $20 for it every year to get, a bunch of games for the SNES and NES, it feels kind of worth it, you get over 100 games for $20 that you pay every year. It kind of feels like, it feels kind of worth it. I don't know. For me personally, I like SNES games. Like, NES games, some of them are enjoyable, like you get the Mario, you got freaking, River City. Those games are fun. But then the SNES games, dang, the SNES games are fire. You got Earthbound, freaking, I don't remember games. I don't know. My point is, Nintendo Switch Online has overall become kind of worth it for what you're paying for. Like, Nintendo Switch Online expansion, no. $50. That's a no-go. We're not paying for that. But overall, it's just not as bad as it was back in 2018 or 2020. Wait, when did it came out again? Either way, when it first launched, it was pretty bad. But now, there's a bunch of games. The SNES exists. Because back then, only NES games. It was only NES games. Then they launched SNES games, and it was like, yo, let's go, W. Overall, the console wars have become so goofy. They just aren't something to be taken seriously at this point. And just like looking at all these different consoles, there's really nothing to really look at them and go, wow, I need this one. This one is the better one. This isn't like a PS2 or GameCube situation where, oh, the PS2 can play DVD and movies, but the GameCube cannot. I'm buying a PS2. No, because literally every console can just do that now. There's like no purpose to buy a console because they're all the same besides the games. What point is there to buying a console that just puts all their exclusives on PC? The only freaking convenience is just the, the size and overall the price. But even the prices are becoming inexcusable, especially with Xbox releasing their handheld, and it's gonna potentially be $1,000. And it's like, dude, what? No, 1,000 for a handheld console? Just put the fries in the bag, Xbox. Put the fries in the bag. I just wanted to talk about how goofy these gaming companies are. They're just doing all these silly things for the sake of catching that bag. Like, yeah, there's just nothing to it. But I thought it was pretty fun. I like this topic. Either way, yeah. We're all gonna wait for the next Sega console. I can't wait for the next Sega console, guys. The Hatsune Miku box is gonna be so freaking fire. So, we know that's gonna top charts. It's gonna outsell freaking Nintendo Switch by a long mile. It's gonna play all our favorite games. It's gonna play freaking Stellar Blade 10 billion years in advance. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. Yeah. So, buy a Hatsune Miku box when that releases. And I hope you enjoyed.